What's going on, folks?
You know, the thing is, as soon as I hit record and I say that long, exasperated hello, I hate it every time, and I keep doing it.
It's just force of habit, I guess.
I do it in real life. I also say like, hi, and then I sound like a Gumby character.
Hi there.
So, wait, okay. I put these on the floor. I shouldn't put those on the floor because God knows what's on the floor.
Yeah, you gotta watch out. You live with another person.
He's a monster.
He's like Cookie Monster with no crumbs going down, the non-existing hole that should be his throat.
Anyway, so the Wedding
Planner.
Planner.
Yeah. Yeah, it was an interesting film.
It was a movie.
It was boring.
It was...
That's going to be my whole spiel when it comes to all these goddamn things. They're boring.
I know, because you hate these movies.
I just don't enjoy them. There's like, okay, because it's like we're going to go through it where it's like, okay, she's a wedding planner. She's good at her job, but her life is shit. And it's always like that. It's always like, oh, they're always good at something, but their life is shit because you need that shit to exist so they can become better later on when a significant other comes into the play. Because
they are women, so their lives have to be completely defined by men?
Pretty much, in these films.
So that's how women... Look, it's the Wedding Planner.
Yeah.
_ these are horrible people.
They really are. Dude, oh God. Matthew McConaughey is a douchebag in this. He really is. He starts out... It's false pretense. All
right, let's get into it. I want to mention one thing, because it annoyed me to no end. And this is somewhere in my massive amount of notes.
Right.
But I just want to get off to it at the top, at the beginning of this thing, because it annoys me to no end. It was the M&Ms.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, look. So he's sitting there on this date that's not a date. Look, we're going to get into that part. And it's horrible because he's a horrible human being.
That whole entire thing shouldn't be exist. If it is, it's like, oh, yeah, we're just friends. And we keep it as friends. But no, there's like, oh, tension.
Yes,
and there's feelings.
So M&Ms.
Yeah.
He starts eating these M&Ms. He's sitting on this tree stump. Or is it a tree?
It was a tree.
He's sitting on this tree that is growing horizontally.
Yeah.
San Francisco's weird.
San Francisco.
And he's eating M&Ms, but he's plucking out every other color except for the brown ones.
Because that's natural.
And he's only eating the brown ones because he says, well, chocolate's brown, so the brown ones, I feel like, have less chemicals in them. Yeah. And she just lets it slide because they're doing a cute thing at the end when she does the same thing and not going, you're a surgeon, that's dumb. Or you're a doctor. You're a pediatrician. That's dumb because it's a candy shell and it's the same amount of chemicals.
Right.
If anything, it's more chemicals because it's mixing two colors.
If we haven't learned anything from Ben Carson, even surgeons can be retarded, or doctors can be, lacking in certain fields.
Don't use the R word because they use the R word in this movie.
Yes.
Because it was 2001 and we can say that. We can say horrible, horrible things and be kind of homophobic.
Yeah. Yeah, we can.
It's allowed. It's 2001, man. It's fine. There was large towers. I don't know if that was true because I don't know when this came out, but that was the end of the year anyway.
Yeah, that was.
Okay, so here's the thing that I love. This movie starts out literally with a little girl fantasizing about a perfect wedding with her Barbie doll, who is the idealized thing of what women should be. According to corporate America. Yeah. So it's just this whole 4-minute thing of just it's not 4 minutes, 30-second thing of here's all the things that every woman thinks they want, but really it's never going to happen. Get it? Because it's a child who wants a perfect wedding and a Ken doll as a boyfriend and husband. It's great.
Yeah, but there's multiple Ken dolls I didn't get in that scene.
He has friends. These are his frat brothers.
Were they his friends? I thought they were
his gay lovers.
No,
it could be possible.
She had multiple options.
Oh, so she was just picking from.
Yeah, she was picking from the
could
three.
Also be true.
That's what I got from that. I was like, what?
This is weird. Going on here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never been a woman with a lot of suitors.
Maybe in a past life, Jerald, or a future life.
No. None of those things. No.
Okay.
Nope. Yep, none of those things are going to happen. Anyway, basically they start out with unrealistic goals.
Yeah.
Which I think is a metaphor for all romantic comedies.
Yeah.
And I think
women love them. That's why it pisses me off, because why do you like this? Oh, I don't know,
I mean, I also think romantic comedies at this point, my theory is, and we'll see how far this holds true, is that romantic comedies are literally housed and populated by horrible human beings.
Well, yeah.
Because if you think about it, we've only watched 3 movies now. We're on a 3rd movie.
Okay.
I know, you have that exasperated look like, oh god, it's only 3.
It's only 3? It's like, I thought it was more.
It's only 3.
Yeah.
The proposal where she blackmails.
That wasn't that bad. I have to say, for our first one, that wasn't bad.
That's fine.
Yeah.
About your opinion about the scenes and little bits of solenoid that follow.
Yeah.
But for real, as a bit of human experience, she's a woman who basically abuses her employee and makes him marry her for her green card.
Right.
But he doesn't love her. If anything, he hates her. Until love happens, blah, blah, blah. Aren't they so great?
It's like, oh my god, I fell in love with you over the course of a couple days.
And Malin Ackerman's in this for some reason. and then in You've Got Mail, it's 2 people who are in committed relationships who just blow past those and go online and find love with strangers in the 30s and up crowd. And then cheat on said people and then have amicable breakup versus what I again assume was a horrible, bitter, fist-throwing, plate-throwing, biting breakup that I didn't want. I wanted to see badly, but it didn't.
Never happened.
Never showed it. I swear he's like missing parts of him because she's took chunks out with her teeth. And then there's this movie where it's a dude who actively lies to a woman about being single.
Definitely, romantic comedies are this weird, skewed view of the writer / director. I would say the writers of the world, of just our society, basically.
I don't think it's the writer. I think the writer does their job, but it's like a trope of the thing. Look, anyway, so we get into this. We get into this whole movie where look, there's this weird thing that I find hilarious about this.
What?
Which is there's a few weird things. So she's at this wedding. She's about to go through with this wedding. She's got these people, and she's talking to this bride. And she's sitting there, because you can tell, it's 2001. It's a different time.
Oh, yeah, it was a big different time. Yeah.
And this woman is like, she looks fat. So basically, they go from this thing with these idealized thing with Barbie doll, and they go to this real wedding where this woman, real in the movie, is actual people, and this woman who is very skinny.
Oh, when they're talking about the thighs and everything else, yeah.
Well, yes, but her thighs, whether or not they're big or small or whatever, leave it up to your imagination. But she says she's fat in the dress.
Yeah.
She couldn't be any thinner and still be attractive.
Well, that's just women in general. It's like, oh, I feel fat.
But immediately after Barbie, you show Barbie, and then you have a normal-sized person who's actually on the thin side going, I'm fat.
Yeah.
And then she says, and what does Jennifer Lopez say? She says, you look like you look better than Whitney Houston in this, or whatever.
Yeah. That BS line.
Right. But the thing is, Dennis, is Whitney Houston.
Yeah, Whitney Houston is super skinny. She always was.
Also a drug addict.
Yes. And apparently she was a drug addict since the beginning.
Oh, yes. Like the whole time.
Yeah, the whole entire time. I was like, what?
We didn't know.
Oh yeah, they were talking about when they first introduced Whitney Houston, or whoever, the people, their company, the record company first introduced her, or met her, I should say. They picked her. I forgot where she's originally from. I think she's from New Jersey, right?
I have no idea. I couldn't care.
Yeah, but I think it's from I think Newark. It's probably not, but I'm just gonna say it's from Newark.
Oh, you say Patterson? I don't really know.
Maybe even Patterson. I'm not looking it up. We're not doing it. Like, long story short, they said she was like frequently crack houses, crack dens. It's like it's that bad.
Crack is whack. Crack is cheap.
Yeah.
Of course, she was
crack.
Then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Exactly. And crack has the same effect as cocaine on the human body. So that whole time, crack baby thing, and remember that scare. They basically saying about political. Yeah,
that's
I know.
The 80s.
Okay,
that's the 80s.
Yeah, let's leave it behind. Make long story short, yeah, she was just frequently crack houses. That's pretty bad. That's really bad.
Yeah. Yes.
Since the beginning. Pre-fame and then post-fame, and then she's like, "Oh no, I got money, so I can do the real thing, which is like coke." Okay, like okay.
Yes, but anyway, so Jennifer Lopez is basically the wedding whisperer in this movie.
The wedding whisperer. Okay.
She's basically, I mean, she's like, it's like the Caesar Milan.
Yes.
Romero.
Milan.
It's not Romero.
Yeah.
That was clearly the Joker. But she runs around and she's like, she's like, no, she's like.
She was prepared.
She had
a murder bag for everything.
First off, I love it because there's like she's like pulls something out of somewhere, clips up this woman's dress, blah blah. She goes finds the drunk alcoholic father because we're not going to talk about his abusive alcohol problems because his little baby is. I like to think he was getting drunk because he realized that he had to pay for all of this, and not because
that was a realistic version of it.
Yeah, because he had
Not because it's like, oh, my baby's getting married.
His baby's getting married.
I'm so happy.
I mean, I was like, come on, it's 2001. This is already your baby's getting married, but it's her first marriage. You know, this is gonna happen more than once.
That's like they say first marriage.
It's gonna happen more than once.
Yeah.
Anyway, but she sits there and she opens up her little overcoat, whatever.
Because she has an apron underneath with little
all her little
pockets.
supplies.
Yeah.
Because it's funny because I was thinking, I guess this is like a weird like front piece here. Like what's going on over here? And then you realize like, oh, she's got like a thing under here.
Yeah, I think it was an apron that had pockets, and she had like Tic Tacs and Banaka in there to cover up.
And I'm still saying that doesn't cover up your alcoholism.
No, it doesn't.
She knows. She had to endure a lot of stuff.
Especially when the dad has to walk her daughter up, and he's like breathing in her face, like, "Hey, baby." Like, all right. Ugh.
And then
Creepy.
but then they do the whole thing, and the first thing I thought was like this wedding has a lot of outside on the inside. There's like trees and stuff like that. And how expensive is this guy? I would be drinking too. I'm not a drinker. I would be just Schlitz malt.
That's why I'm into small weddings because women's like, I want to go all out. It's like, oh, that's money. That's his money for one day. But it's by big days. Like, yeah, but
again, in this climate, it's your first big day.
Yeah.
You're gonna fall in love with him real quickly. Both of you are gonna lose your money.
Because that puppy love wears off real quick.
And then they'd be like 20. They give you 10 years. I'll give you 10. I'll give you 10 years. You're gonna be like, oh, we got kids, and now I hate your guts. Get out of my house. And he's like, I own this house. Like you own 50% of this house. You ruined my
body with those kids. Like it's not my fault. You could have just had pills.
You gotta go to spin class. Got spin class. Yeah. You can do yoga. Yeah. It's not my fault. Yeah. You can put that back together. You're 42 years old. Figure it out. Yeah. I'm just saying. We could all just go to the gym more often.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you ruined my body. I'm like, did you ruin your body or did you have a kid? Because that's like natural. And anybody could have done that to you. You could just not run a condom one time in college. And same thing could have happened. But you could bounce back by going...
Just go to the gym. Just go to the gym and watch what you eat.
Do some wind sprints.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Start lifting weights.
Yeah. They have ellipticals. Ellipticals are easy.
Go P90Xing.
Oh, she's not going to do P90X. She's not.
Do some CrossFit.
Oh, she's not going to do that.
Who's she?
She's going to take herself out. That's what's going to happen. If she's going to lift those bars to a power clean and just knock herself out.
Okay, so we got to plow through this. Okay, so there's a point because we haven't even got to the point where they just...
Oh.
Look, the father is like, who are you? And she's like, I'm the wedding planner. And they go, you're paying for this.
Yeah.
This is the woman you hired. How gone are you?
Well, he was sitting on the church stairs, just like blabbering out to no one. Yeah,
he should know the wedding planner because he's even cutting her checks, or already has cut her checks.
Maybe the wife was doing it. Who knows?
So like 2 minutes later, they rush him off in the thing, and they're like, "Oh, we're going for launch." You know, like count him down. They do
weren't the best men doing shots in the back?
Yes, they were.
Yeah.
Look, men get nervous too. They gotta have a wedding. They get really scared.
This is shots.
That's what I hear. I don't know. I don't get nervous in front of crowds. And theoretically, if you love this person, then you've already asked. Yeah. You already want them to marry you. Why are you nervous now? It's pretty much like I feel like it's
it's my last time to back out. But it's like there is such thing as divorce. Right?
Again, it's not. You're not Catholic.
Yeah.
Okay, you can leave. Even Catholics can leave.
I just bounce out.
I mean,
disappear
now because they got kicked out of England because they just wanted a divorce.
Yeah.
So they've amended their things. Even the Pope is very malleable now. He's like, you can even use contraceptive because of the Zika virus.
Well, they have annulments. That's the whole thing of annulments. Like, oh, it never happened in marriage.
Although the Catholics will abuse that because like you've been married for 4 years. You got it annulled. It's like you have kids.
Yeah.
You can't annul a thing where it clearly because now your kids are just bastards.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't do that.
Anyway, so then like 2 minutes later, they're shuffling off. They're starting the whole thing, and there's like two women in the crowd. It's like, who's that? Looking up at she's the wedding planner.
I like how they're not paying attention to the actual wedding.
I know.
Yeah.
But twice they said who she was twice.
Let's call attention to her, this woman up there.
Like the people who
she's the savior. It's like,
people who bought tickets to this movie and sat through it didn't know she was the wedding planner. She just said it, and now they're just gonna say it. Yeah. I don't know.
It's like they had to make sure all the slow people got it. She's the wedding planner. Just so everyone knew. Just like, she's the wedding planner. she's it. Okay. Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, she's it. Okay. Gotcha.
So then
we flash to her lonely, sad life.
Her lonely, depressing, sad life where she's eating leftovers from that wedding.
And watching that stupid show. Oh, God, what is it called? Auction bullshit, whatever. Roadshow.
Antique Roadshow?
Yeah, Antique Roadshow.
Yeah.
Who the hell watches that? Only old people. I swear to God they do.
There's other people. There's young people. There's hipsters. I'm sure they'll do it ironically.
Yeah, and they do everything ironically, right?
Yeah, so they won't have they'll be still the guys with the bunny ears on their TV sets, and goes, guys, that doesn't work. Also, why'd you hook that up to a plasma screen?
I don't think that has that option there. It has nothing to hook up to.
No, it's the cable thing.
Really?
The coaxial cable. That's what it always hooked into.
Those old sets where they had the screws in the back.
They had the 2 screws in the back, and then I don't know, in the 70s, they also switched to the coaxial cable. You could do both.
I always had the one with the
screws
in the back.
They had adapters. You
had that's right. Adapters. Remember those days when you had to have adapters?
They still have adapters. They still have adapters for things. Not for bunny ears, because those don't work anymore. Yeah. That's why we have the internet on our phones. Yeah. But anyway, so she goes home. She's got a TV tray. She's over there. And we're living in a world, again. We're living in a world.
Please Scrabble with her. Was it her father, her father's friend, and then more friends?
Yeah, her father's 2 friends. The old woman and the old black dude.
Right.
But the best part is, like, we're living in a world.
Yeah.
By the way, that's Dennis, I'm Joe. Just because I decided that I forgot to do that in the beginning. I instead had to have a conversation about how I think it's real dumb when I say, hello. We're living in a world where Jennifer Lopez can't get a date.
Yeah, which is horseshit.
Like, Jennifer Lopez can't get a date.
I believe... Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
There, at that point, she's trying to stay single. There are dudes in this wedding who are single, who are hitting up the wedding planner every 5 seconds. Not in this wedding, obviously in the first wedding, because clearly they're all just getting drunk in the back, or hitting on other women, like the camera guy was doing.
Yeah. Creepy.
Whatever. But yeah, so she sits to have this lonely life, because you can't find a man.
Woe is me.
So sad.
Eating TV dinners.
And I'm just saying, it's just I don't get it. It's just not real.
Yeah.
But what I wrote was, I'm pretty sure this fly girl has her manservant cut her TV dinners for her. This is how she met Mark Anthony.
Oh, sir. This is destroying poor Mark Anthony.
Remember that first... Hey, look. Yeah. He's the one who got thrown off a window in The Substitute. Do you remember...
I'm the substitute.
Do you remember... I mean...
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Do you remember that first time you got married and you're like, really? Is it because you're both Puerto Rican?
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Oh, by the way, I found a partial script from one of those videos that I did back in the day. And it was the one where I basically said... I forget what the whole thing leading up to it was, but I know the one part where I was like... and you down like a bunch of Bacardi, much like every other Puerto Rican I know. Not actually from Puerto Rico.
Yes, it's from Cuba, right?
I don't know where it's actually from. I just know it's not Puerto Rico.
But it started in Cuba, I thought.
I don't know.
Whatever. At least Bacardi did, I thought. But yeah, it's neither here nor there. But let's go. I don't know what this thing.
Yes. Okay. I thought I just deleted all my notes. I got very, very, very scared. It turns out I just made a new one. But now I'm lost.
Okay. So what happened after that? Oh yeah, what was it? She went to her employer and then she's like, "Oh, I want to become like partner." And then she was like giddy about that, and then she met up with, what was that? I forgot the other woman's name who was going to marry Matthew McConaughey, but we find out later.
All right. Oh, yeah. I did find out where I was.
Right.
And there's one thing I want to say because I find it very awkward, and it's a personal thing that I'm going to put out here in a way not really that bad.
Okay.
Put out here.
Certain senses like. It's
not like that time I said that other thing. I just okay. So what I wrote when I was watching, because so she has her whole like sad life. She has her TV dinner. She watches Bargain Hunt or the other thing that she said it was, and then she starts cleaning, like vacuuming, and then like folding up some stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
And so there's this thing. Look, this is a true personal confession.
Yeah.
And I don't know why it's true, but I have this thing. Like you see a cute girl with a bandana wrapped around her head for some reason. It makes her hotter. I don't know why.
Yeah, but I don't understand why she did that if she's just vacuuming.
Because you gotta push your hair up, Dennis. It's got a thing. You gotta look very precise.
She's
wearing mom jeans, Dennis.
Yeah, I didn't get that. I still don't get that. It didn't make
sense.
Weird
things.
It's not like she's hustling, bustling, and then she like takes it off, and then she's doing her scrapboard, or she's doing like pictures, some shit like that.
She was folding.
She was like folding. I guess it was glass. With cloth or whatever.
Look, she was doing something. It's like that moment when you watch it, like background extras in the scene.
Yeah,
and you realize
what are they doing?
They're not eating and they're not talking. They're just there.
You see the one guy who's looking at the camera who shouldn't be looking at the camera?
Yes, there's that guy.
He's just staring at the camera.
Or the guy who's actually eating and just really feeling it at this point. Yeah. I'm just saying, like a girl in a bandana. I don't know why. It's cute.
Yes.
I think it's the real blue collar person in me. Mm-hmm. Why is that? I don't know. I don't know. I come from blue collar people.
I think we all do.
We don't all.
Okay. Everyone here does.
Yes. Okay. The people in this room. The two people in this room. Anyway, so at some point we realize, okay, so she's going in there. And then she, so every time you think about these movies, and basically you sit there and you watch them and you go, this could be about anything. She could be a lawyer and just say, I'm going to get this next case, and when I win it, I'm going to become a full partner.
Yeah.
I'm gonna build this client up, and when I did it, I'm going to make me partner. Anything. It could be
if you don't make me partner, I'm leaving. And you know I can do it. And I'll take all my clients with me. You won't get shit. So, okay. I'll make you partner. Okay. She's excited about that. She's all giddy. And then her shoe gets caught in a manhole cover.
Yeah, which again is super weird.
Yeah, and then
because if you watch the trailer for this, it's like, oh my god, my shoe is caught in the thing, and then she, Matthew McConaughey, Superman out of nowhere, tackles her and saves her life. And then you watch this, and she her shoe gets caught, and then she gets out of the shoe and she walks away. And it's like, no, wait, I gotta get these Jimmy shoes.
Back for it.
These are my Jimmy shoes. They're brand new. I gotta get it back. She's on her hands and knees, on all fours, trying to pull it out of the thing, and then he comes out. And he tackles her. Going low, super low. Like, that'd be an illegal tackle.
He was spearing her.
Well, no, because she was down. He had to go low on her and, just roll.
Yeah.
It's a weird position. And it wouldn't actually work. And there's no way they actually saved that shoe.
No.
But,
the taxi cab driver who was eating the ice cream, he was going full hard at it. He's like, no, I need it. And it fell between the seats, and he, scooped it up.
So here's the thing. As soon as I watched that, I was basically like, this whole accident, this whole thing is manufactured. This thing right here makes Rube Goldberg jealous. Because basically, yes, he's sitting there, he's eating an ice cream. Mm-hmm. And he's just looking at it like a real weird. Because the way you eat an ice cream cone, you don't do it so it falls off the cone.
No, you kind of,
because you're an adult.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he looks at it real weird. The ice cream,
like he's a dog or something.
The ice cream, like a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
The ice cream falls off the cone, lands in the seat, and he sits there trying to scoop it up.
It's like mashed in his hand. He's like, oh, I saved it.
And he doesn't stop the car.
No.
He's continuing to drive as he mashes the ice cream, trying to mash it back into the cone.
And he sideswipes the freaking dumpster.
But first, he passes her.
Yeah.
Sideswipes the dumpster.
Right.
Dumpster jars loose, comes rolling towards her.
Right.
Matthew McConaughey sees her.
Super speed.
Superman jumps across the thing, tackles her, takes her down real quick. Mm-hmm. The thing goes past her, hits a light pole, drops the thing over there, and then the cage drops down on the mouse, and we're all screwed, and we all lose.
Mousetrap, really? Yeah. Okay.
That's how Mousetrap happens.
Yeah, I know.
That's how you play that game.
Let's do this.
I've never actually played that game. I owned that game, and I was just like, well, let's do the thing till the Mousetrap happens. I never played the game. I just did the thing till the Mousetrap happens.
Yeah.
That's all we want to see. We just want to see a Rube Goldberg machine. And it's like, how did all this happen? This is the most convenient. That's not the first convenient thing that happens, or the last convenient thing that happens in this movie. But, she almost died for shoes, Dennis. How insulting to women is this? Because she could have just left. And she's like, nah,
the sad thing, there's a lot of women. It's like, I would do that too. It's like, no, you're an idiot. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't throw your life away for a pair of shoes. Come on now.
Look, the natural equilibrium on the planet, this is horrible. The natural equilibrium on the planet is that there are more women than men.
Right.
How it's supposed to be.
Right.
I'm sure in Japan when they ruin it. Yeah. It's supposed to be more women than men. All I'm saying is if there's the women who go back and want to get the shoe, they can die. It's fine. We have extra.
Thinning out the herd.
We can let the dumb ones die. Yeah. Every time you see a dude, he's like, I'm gonna walk in traffic and not look. He
vote
can
yourself.
die.
Yeah,
it's
vote
fine.
yourself off the planet. Go ahead.
It's fine.
Vote yourself.
We have enough men.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, not because of. I'm just whatever. Anyway, so the man, and then of course. He docks her. He has her on the ground. He's sitting on top of her like it's a real sexy situation. Mm-hmm. Except for he's also suffocating her. Why? I don't know. But he's just a real heavy dude.
Yeah,
apparently
supposedly really
directly on top
is crushing her.
Yeah, I know in real life he's not. But it's fine. And what does she say? What's the first thing she says?
You're crushing me. What?
No. After he saves her, and she's like, "Oh," the first words out of her mouth.
I don't remember.
"You saved my shoe."
Did she? Okay.
Yes, it's the first thing she said to him, and then she said, "I mean, you saved my life." Because women.
She was worried about her shoes. Yes. Her life didn't matter. I mean, she could have had a mangle foot. It would be all right. Or literally, the dumpster could have ripped her foot off, the foot for that shoe, and she still would have kept this shoe and be like proud that she saved it.
You should bronze it.
Yeah, bronze it.
Because you'd ruin it.
Like, oh no.
So, well, okay. So then we get back. You know, he picks her up. Well, he gets her up off the ground. She stands up, and then she kind of passes out after like sniffing him, which is also strange. And then he makes this real weird noise. I know you didn't hear because you two are having fun.
Wow. That sounds so weird.
It does sound weird because nobody else knows that Najee was once here.
Yeah.
And then he went to bed because it was past his bedtime. Because he's an adult. So, but he makes this weird, it's a super weird noise. And if you had a chance to go back and watch it, because you should watch this movie again.
No.
No. Then you'd find out that, this makes this real weird noise. But then he picks her up and then takes her to the hospital.
Does he make his usual Matthew McConaughey noise? Because Matthew can be like, yeah. Like he
no,
does
it wasn't
weird...
but it was more like a weird maximum effort to pick up a woman. It was super awkward.
Like something slid at him that he didn't want to slide out.
Wow. No, so he ends up because he takes her. She wakes up in the hospital. She got a neck brace on, but she wakes up in a hospital surrounded by children.
Yes.
And I thought, okay, why is she surrounded by these unattended children?
Because she's in the kids' ward.
And it turns out, she's in the kids' ward. And they don't admit adults into the kids' ward.
That was very weird. I was like, why are we doing this?
So we found out he's a doctor.
Even for story purposes, why are we doing it?
Yeah, but we found out he's a doctor. Yeah. And he's admitted her. Right. But still, they don't admit adults.
Not in the kids.
To the children's ward. No. Because the beds are too small.
And they don't let kids just do what they want, just pulling wires. It's like, let's just do this. Killing old people.
Children just messing with an unconscious patient. Yeah. Let's poke her in the face.
Stoke needles in her. It's like, what the hell are you doing? No.
So then he comes in. And okay. 20 minutes, he's working the pimp hand strong. He's going for it, right? He's making real flirty motions. Dude, he full on negs her. I'm serious.
Yeah, he does.
He's like, oh, you got that big neck. It's the biggest neck. It's such a big neck. It's like a real thick neck. Yeah, wow. And making her all self-conscious because that's how you get women to like you. You talk bad about them because then they look for your approval. Oh my God, I can't believe that's a real thing that people did because they're horrible.
Yeah.
And every woman who fell for it deserves it.
It's just like, ooh, okay. You deserve it. Let's blame the victim.
Oh, I feel really bad about saying that. But luckily, we all know it's a joke.
Yeah, jokes.
It's a joke.
It's a joke. People don't get too butthurt.
I mean, seriously. Because I've been told sometimes that people don't know when I'm joking. I have not actually been told that. People usually know when I'm joking when they're in the room. Yeah. Other people, they need to be told that doesn't sound like a joke. That sounds like vitriol hatred.
No, seriously, guys, it's a joke. No, that sounds like you really hate that person. Oh, that's because I secretly do, but I'm going to rub it up. It's a joke.
But, jokes. Okay, so around this point, we find out that Jennifer Lopez is a cartoon character, seriously. In this movie, she's a cartoon character.
Yeah, she really is.
And the score does not help. It's so overplayed, it might as well be a Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end, when they roll credits, if they say the end, I was expecting Porky Pig to just bleep, that's all, folks. Yeah, I was expecting that to happen. So anyway, God. So at this point, her best friend, coworker, whatever, the person they usually pay to be the friend. Right. That's how these movies happen. Judy Greer, who again, thankless role. Why is Judy Greer in this movie? Because it was 2001, and nobody ever wants to give Judy Greer a starring role because they hate her. I don't know why.
Yeah, I was going to say, what evidence do you have of this? You're just saying this.
Name a movie that Judy Greer stars in.
Starred is in? None.
Yeah.
She's always the mom or the wife.
Name a movie that, oh, crap. What's her name? Jessica Jones.
Oh, Kristen Ritter?
Kristen Ritter stars in.
Stars in?
Yeah, a movie.
There's some independent movies that she stars in.
You have to really struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I watched one with Carly, and it was terrible.
Yes, but the point is like they don't get a lot of respect. They're usually like, oh, so she's the funny best friend. Right. Anyway, so Judy Greer is the funny best friend, and I love how in these movies they have the fun best friend who's, whatever, but always like out to help the main character, not out to help themselves at all.
Right.
Like, oh my god,
very selfless people.
It's a very handsome doctor. I am single, but you know what? My friend hasn't had a date in 2 years, so I am going to now angle her and him to make the meeting point where their private
people
parts
to set up people. Let's just set them up.
Yes, they're not allowed to have motivations.
I'm lonely too, but you know what? We need to set her up.
We don't know if she's lonely. She could be married with 2 kids. We have no idea. She does not have a personality. She is a conduit for them to get on this date. Yep. So she walks into this thing, hysterical, yelling at the nurses. Walks into this room with the doctor, goes like, "Oh my god, he's dreaming," and then just her jaw drops. Like,
and she might have slid off a chair. She might have.
Reference. Yeah. She was very excited to see this man.
Yes, very excited.
Oh god. So anyway, but then she immediately goes into best friend mode, wingman mode, and like starts going, "Yeah, you need to go out together." Yeah, she basically makes them go on a date together by saying all 3 of us are going to go to movie night in the park where they're going to project a movie off a wall. And they go there, and then she goes, "I gotta do," and then BS, I'm out the thing, and then these 2 are together.
Yes.
Sitting on a tree.
And then when you bring up the whole M&Ms things.
Yes. And then that's where the M&M conversation happens.
Right.
Also, like, we're in a hardcore date here.
Right.
There's flirting.
Because the only thing stopping them from actually kissing was the rainstorm that happens.
Right. Also, by the way, I liked the part where the, and again, I'm pretty sure you missed this part, but where the black guy who was her dad's friend,
right,
who was like guarding her seats in the park on the tree. Basically, they start talking, and she mentions something, and he just comes out of nowhere. He's like, "Yeah, you're gonna do that thing?" Like he like magical Negro powers just popped into him for like 30 seconds, and they just like got up all over their business.
They always have the magical Negro powers.
It was crazy, but he's just like he was like the camera pans over basically, and they just switch shots.
Oh, what are you guys doing?
He's like standing on the other side of the branch, just like that.
What's going on?
Do that? It's like, whoa, dude, you are straight up magical Negroing this right now.
Pops in, teleports out.
But my favorite part about the park that they're in, if you look at it, I swear to God, that entire thing is made of AstroTurf.
Huh.
It looks real fake. It's like the fakest grass, and they have like a working carousel merry-go-round. And why is it working? Because they're watching a movie. And I don't know if you know anything about carousel or not, or a merry-go-round, or whatever you want to call it, or a wigwam if you want. It's inaccurate, but you can do that.
It's called anything.
A happy-go circle, you can call it whatever you want. But they usually play music, and you don't just shut the music off. Either way, it still makes noise, because it's this thing that's moving this stuff up and down. There's horses, there's unicorns, there's sometimes lions.
Yeah, there's seahorses, and all depends on what the theme is here.
A dolphin, I think I've seen once.
Yes.
But they make noise. There's these big things spinning around, so you can't just play that during the movie. Nobody can hear it, because the speaker's like 100 feet away, because they're at the museum with the wall where this is being projected. Look, I'm getting way into the woods here. It's just a really fake-looking park.
It probably actually is a real park, believe it or not.
You say that, but it could also just be a soundstage.
Yeah.
And then, they're like, "Oh my god, let's dance. We're watching a movie. Let's just dance." Are they playing music? No. Because it's a movie. A movie we never really hear, but they're playing a movie.
No, it's just visuals. That's all it is.
A really old movie, because that's what they have the rights to. Because they have no rights, because it's a really old movie. It's in the public domain. Because, come on, this movie was not a blockbuster.
No.
Spent all that money on, like, insurance
no romantic comedies are ever
Jennifer Lopez's body parts. What?
Yeah.
They used to insure body parts.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah, didn't they do her ass?
Or her, probably, or her legs or something.
Yeah, they did something. I forgot. It's like,
It's probably all those things. Yeah. She's a kid now. She's a mom. She's probably wearing actual mom jeans, except for when she's wearing sheer tops and something and pasty. I don't know what she does.
Yeah. She has that stupid show, the cop drama.
Oh, she does have that cop drama. I don't watch that. Anyway, so then they're sitting there dancing. It's like, oh, you can dance? And this is my first real big problem with this movie.
Right.
Is that she says, oh, you're gay? Like, So she just equates being able to dance and just being gay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's okay.
Oh, so you're gay. It's
like, so you're a homosexual.
No.
Like, what? Why are we dinging the gays on this?
Yeah. You know, straight guys, they can't dance, right? It's like,
is it okay that I said the gays?
The gays, whatever. It's not PC. We're not doing PC. We're not doing PC.
Is it like saying the blacks?
I don't know.
Is that appropriate either?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just asking because it's really weird to slight an entire group of people while you're trying to defend them.
Yeah.
I just find it this is like we've just switched over from the 90s. We're still like saying certain things like way later in the movie where she drops the blonde chick who's having the wedding that they're trying to plan, which I didn't even get to. She drops the R word. Yeah. She's like, really? You cannot Riri someone.
I'm pretty sure Riri now
is more offensive.
Yeah.
Talking about Rihanna, it's fine.
It's Riri. Oh, okay.
That's what they call her. That's why I found it funny. Yeah. So, but yeah, we eventually meet the bride, right?
Yeah.
The new bride and this new client. They're supposed to, the big fish they're trying to land because they got crazy money.
Yeah, they do.
They got that Murphy Brown money.
They do. Yes, the father does.
The father who was on Murphy Brown is the anchor.
Yeah.
The male anchor, obviously. Murphy was the female anchor.
Yes.
Anchoress?
No, it's anchor.
I know. It's gender neutral. There's no A at the end. It's not a Latin language. So we meet this woman, and I remember her. I like to remember her from Mortal Kombat, but I have to remember her from
Sonya Blades.
I have to also remember her from Billy Madison.
Yes.
Like, you kissed
Adam Sandler.
Kissed on the mouth.
Yeah. Want to touch the honey. Was that it?
I think that was that movie.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you were cute in the 90s. Except for that time you kissed Adam Sandler on the mouth.
Yeah, we don't have to bring that up.
God knows he did to Johnny Blaze. Yeah, real sadness. And then she disappeared. Anyway, so you watch her in this movie.
Yeah.
So here's the problem I have with their meetings that they keep having. Mm-hmm. Like they keep like, oh yeah, like these business meetings that they keep walking into.
It's just for them to go away. I need you to go away. Business meeting.
No. I mean, like when Jennifer Lopez meets them and talk about the wedding.
Right.
And they always happen at other people's weddings. Like they're at a reception for somebody else's wedding. You're asking clients to come to somebody else's wedding. They are not invited to. You would never do this.
I don't know what she did.
But they're just just totally just walk into this person's wedding. You could just get into, eat their food that they're paying for, and didn't account for you.
This is not your guess. This is my guess, and I'm running the shit, so it's okay, cool.
Also, right? You have an office.
Yeah.
You have a building where you can go and have these meetings.
Yeah.
Go there.
Yeah.
But no, they're straight up just going to other people's weddings.
Yeah, that's right, because it was during the Greek wedding when they're throwing plates at the one chick.
That was the second one. Because the first time where she's doing the best man speech and she's telling him over the thing.
Oh, right,
that was the first time, and
right.
her parents come in and they start eating all the hors d'oeuvres and drinking the wine.
Right.
And like, this isn't yours. That's the first time. The second time they go to the Greek wedding where they're throwing the plates. And it was like, hey, guys, this is now 2 weddings that you're at that aren't yours.
Well, yeah.
They just want to see her doing her job, but it's like, yeah, weddings don't happen every weekend, and I mean, maybe they do for her. I don't know, but there's times when you can just not do that. That's why you have an assistant.
Yeah.
But I just love that because like we're just crashing people's weddings. We're not even going to ask them to be here. I'm just going to invite these people to this thing so that.
Oh yeah, they won't know, these complete strangers.
They won't care. These are always massive weddings. Where they theoretically should know most of the people, but whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just love that. And then, oh man, oh crap.
When they first meet.
So.
Yeah.
When they go to the dancing lessons and she gets to meet the husband-to-be for the first time. Right. And by the way, he does like the slowest turnaround ever. He's like staring at some pictures. And he just like, his whole body turns around before his head turns around. And then he finally whips around and like, boom, floor drop the mic, explosion.
It's Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm the husband. I totally went on a date with you.
Even though I'm about to get married, what? And you're the wedding planner, what?
But yeah, I love the look on Matthew McConaughey's face when he gets busted. Because in this movie, he is objectively a terrible person.
And he admits it too. He's like, yeah, I thought, maybe I could get some little, slip it in right before the wedding, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, he doesn't put it like that.
Yeah.
But he's like, I thought I had an opportunity. Like, basically, there was interest,
but
real quick. Nothing happened. He's like, well, you were about to kiss me. Like, but nothing happened because rain, because God said don't do that. He didn't. They don't believe in God. There's no God.
In this universe, no.
There's no God. There's no God talk.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I mean, and then the Looney Tunes score kicks in, and then like Bugs Bunny falls out of something, and Roger Rabbit does some other crazy stuff. That actually happens. That actually happens. Literally halfway into this movie, that happens. They do patty cakes. It's real awkward.
Yeah.
It gets real
It's
sexual.
Sex metaphor. They were doing patty cakes.
So then of course, in a complete way to make slam these two together, without the woman, who's going to be his wife, who again had actual kissy time with Adam Sandler, which makes me real sad. Mm-hmm. Just because any woman would have to do that.
You know, there's a lot of women have to do that.
Yeah, I feel bad for all of them.
Yeah.
You know, what's her name from Modern Family? Feel bad for her too.
Yeah.
But anyway, so then they're dancing because now the actual fiance is out of the way, and these two are dancing. And this, like, everyone else is kind of dancing, but these two are like hardcore doing the tango, tearing up the rug, although it's a hardwood floor because it's a dance studio. It doesn't matter. They're in this place. It doesn't matter what it is because they're dancing like they've had carnal relations. And they're also having an argument with each other in full voice, like no one else can hear them. Yeah. Like, you're having this argument where, like, hey, you cheated on your wife. You didn't tell me you were getting married to this woman, blah, blah. You didn't say that you were, engaged. And it's like, there's people, they can hear you.
I'm pretty sure everyone heard that.
I know everyone heard that.
Yeah.
They're all going to pretend.
That's when they all stopped dancing at one point and just looked at it. And then it's like, oh, no,
that's because they were done dancing. The song was over, and Willard Scott came out. Like, look at these people with his, like, riding crop stick or whatever.
Yeah.
Because he's a real fascist. He wouldn't even let them stop dancing. Get back in there. Like, these two people clearly know what they're doing.
Right.
And like, nah, you guys need to learn how to dance. And 1 and 2. And 1 and 2. Whatever. Mm-hmm. But yeah. But he's such a dick in this movie. He is such a dick in this movie.
Yeah, he's a terrible cheat.
But yeah, so then the next thing they do is they go to the vineyard, right? Because let's do the wedding at the vineyard.
Yeah. They scoop that out.
In the moment that, we skipped the part where, like, the dude...
Oh, introduces the dude that came from Sicily.
Her dad is like, I'm going to set you up with this arranged marriage with this dude, this Sicilian dude, who, by the way, is a guy from Ohio. His name is Justin Chambers. He's from Springfield, Ohio.
Which is not Italian, by the way.
No. In fact, like, there are 3 people who are definitely playing Italians in this movie, and one of them is actually Italian. Yeah. One of them is Puerto Rican, and the other one is named Justin Chambers from Springfield, Ohio. He's on Grey's Anatomy. Yeah. Couldn't tell you that. I had to look that up. I've never seen an episode of Grey's Anatomy. I know Sandra Oh's in it, though.
Yeah.
She's Asian. She's the Asian one. They only have the one.
No, I figured that out, but the last name.
Hey, I don't know. They have one Hispanic lady, too, I think. Do they have
just
any black
one.
people?
Yeah. No, not anymore.
Not anymore? So they got rid of the one because he's on the 100 now?
Yes.
He said
he said, yeah.
He said that F-bomb referring to the gays.
Yeah.
Again, I feel really bad about saying the gays.
With no
gay people?
Sir.
Yeah, and then he said it again after accepting an award, which was...
Well, fuck them. Oh, my God, sir. Really?
He didn't say that. He just said, just because I said, and then he said the word again. After he called somebody on the set. Yeah, you can't do that.
Because I say, doesn't mean I actually... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. You're not getting it.
Yeah. So they go to this vineyard. And this dude pops up. And then he's been off the screen, I think, since we first met him.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen...
So it's been some minutes in this movie. Yeah. And then what happens, he's like, I'm her fiance. He's like, what? She's taken aback by this, but then Matthew McConaughey... He's
like, aha! I'm not the only one.
But he basically uses that as a moment to go full dick.
Yeah.
Just straight dick.
Yeah.
That's all he is, just being a total dick.
This penis, just straight penis.
Just an entire wangus. It's
burger.
I just ate a burger. It's not appropriate.
Oh, it's not appropriate?
Not appropriate. I just ate a burger.
Just some wangus burger with some buns?
It was a turkey burger. Do turkeys have wanguses?
Probably internal.
Why are we talking about this?
But yeah. He uses it to just abuse her. Just basically, see, I'm not a horrible person. You're a horrible person too.
They have to fall in love by the end of this movie.
Yeah,
but he's just making it like,
it's
look,
bad enough. He tries to justify, see, we're both evil people, so it's cool. It's like, no, it's not. No, it's not.
And then you know, they have some bonding male time with her. You know, the Italian fiance and
their
Matthew
competition.
McConaughey.
So we're gonna do pull-ups and we're gonna run in the treadmill and we're gonna do wrestle.
And we're all supposed to believe the Italian guy is like more buff than Matthew McConaughey, who is
clearly bigger.
Who's clearly bigger and is the one on the treadmill who should be clearly wearing a sports bra.
Right.
So, and then he's like struggling to do chin-ups. It's real weird because he clearly should be the one. Is in better shape. I mean, this is the guy who's like naked. This is like naked bongoing era Matthew McConaughey.
Yes.
You know, I mean, this is like him at his pinnacle, at his peak, when his hair was like its thickest. And even then, it's still kind of thin.
Yeah.
But you know, the thing gets vetoed, blah blah blah. Then the chick bounces. Because she's like, oh, I got to do some West Coast meetings. Do we ever check with her on the West Coast? No, she's out of this movie for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
She's gone. What's she doing on the West Coast? God, no. She's probably just met up with an old boyfriend, did some horrible things. And, although I guess it is already on the West Coast. So maybe went to L.A. I don't know. She went like an hour away, an hour up the Parkway, or the 105, or whatever the highways are numbered. Yeah. 405?
I think it's 405, 101.
Who cares? If they're horrible roads, they take forever to get on, and if it's not
they
the
only
Pacific
have
Coast
like
Highway where you
2
feel
or
like
3.
you're gonna die, who really cares? You know what I mean?
Wow,
dude, it's like a sheer cliff off into the ocean.
Yeah, and I never want to drive in that shit, especially with a lot of people.
You don't want to drive it at speed?
What's the speed?
What?
Isn't it like what's the top speed on there?
Oh, I have no idea what the actual thing is, but I mean just you going above.
No.
You don't want to do like 80 around a turn?
Oh my god.
Feel the tires squealing? I'm sure they have a guardrail.
Yeah, maybe.
Guardrails are very sturdy.
I've seen shots of that road, and sometimes it doesn't look like there's guardrails.
There probably isn't.
Yeah, so it's like, no.
Yeah, I mean, look, but if there is a guardrail, I personally have heard people attest to the sturdiness of a guardrail.
Oh, man.
They're very...
Real life.
He'll never hear this.
Yeah, I know.
Because he doesn't care about me or my projects.
God, those pictures were just like, how'd you do that?
Yeah, I don't know why you looked at it so long and with such intensity. I was like, that makes me want to throw up. Stop showing that to me. Anyway, so she just bounces out for like 10 minutes of this movie. And they're off like picking statues.
Yeah, this is when they become closer.
Yeah.
Which is not a good thing if he's trying to get married to this chick.
Yeah, but then they're having bonding moments.
Yeah. It's just like, oh, this is our time to really get really, really close so we can solidify the relationship later on.
Yeah.
The justification. Look, see, they spend time together. You've learned to know each other more. It's like,
right.
know.
So they're sitting there in this garden of. By the way, did you know you can rent statues? I didn't know you can rent. Statues.
Especially those fake ass statues. Yeah.
No, those were real statues.
Yeah, right.
If you lean on a granite or limestone statue, if you just lean on it, you can knock it over.
You just got strength like that.
Because they're that light.
Yeah.
It's like a carbon fiber versus like a full metal door. It's just real light, but it's real strong.
Yeah.
Except for that part where he broke its dick off. And then held it, and then super glued it to his hand, and then it got real awkward.
Can you do this? Can you get rid of this? Yeah.
I don't know why that happened.
I don't know.
That's like one of those moments, like, so we could put this in the trailer.
It would be funny if we can do that. He just has a ceramic dick in his hand.
Yeah, I guess it was so they can have that 5-minute conversation where they talk about sadness or whatever they're talking about. Having small weddings and bonding.
Yeah,
and
it's like, oh my God. Both want small weddings. That's awesome.
Oh my God, I think we're falling in love. Except for the fact that, again, he's a real horrible person who lied about his status. Yeah. Covered it up. A lie. If you don't say anything, it's a lie of omission. It's still just as bad.
Yeah, it is.
And then they totally like, they're just totally getting together. They feel, like he's pretty bad in that he's a total dick, but he's not like, Tom Hanks full supervillain level.
Yeah, Tom Hanks was supervillain. Total supervillain. And he's like, oh, I don't care about people. If I have to crush them, I have to crush them. This is what we do.
I was going to go with emotionally manipulating her to love him and then just totally like pulling the dick move at the end by going, it was me the whole time. Like he pulled the mask off so he's like, oh my God, you're Norman Osborn the whole time. The whole time. So then we find out, her parents are in like this arranged marriage, and the only thing I kept thinking was,
does that happen?
Well, first off, do Italians have arranged marriages?
Right.
I don't know. It feels like a people who are that proud of their passion
Right.
would not be like, love
It's
them.
only maybe in small towns, like isolated small towns, I can think maybe that happening.
Yeah, maybe, because the only people you can date would be your cousins, so they get someone from another town.
Right, pretty much.
Because you can't hop on a train.
Yeah, because you don't want to have cousins. Yeah.
No. Apparently it happened.
Oh, it happens a lot.
It still happens. Everyone's 12 cousins in the planet. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I like the story by the parents. It really sells the whole give up on love and just settle for anything with a pulse line, Because it's pretty much like, do you love Massimo, which is the name of the guy that she's apparently...
This is a horrible name. Horrible name.
Who her father has
You
found
couldn't get a
for her.
real Italian name?
We have to probably should get a real Italian then.
Yeah.
But it's pretty much like just settle for him and then eventually you'll love each other.
Yeah.
This is what I keep hearing from people who deal with arranged marriages. I don't find it to be true. I find it that you just go with a divorce is really a headache and I don't want to split half of my stuff with this harpy. Or a lovely woman that I don't want to spend any time with. And also,
trying to steal my soul, I know it.
we sleep in separate beds and she doesn't love me.
She's a succubus.
She's been planning my demise for the last 5 years. All right.
Start seeing notes and everything else. Like, what the hell?
Let's talk about Massimo for a second.
Sure.
So, Justin Chambers from Springfield, Ohio.
Right, we established this.
Who's on Grey's Anatomy.
Right.
If you notice his story arc, what he does is he shows up.
Right.
This guy she knew when she was like 8.
Yeah, a little girl, right.
He ate dirt, which is a thing that happened, and why she's like, ew. And everyone else in her world is like, he's cute. And she's like, yeah, he's all right.
He's all right.
And even when Najee was here, don't ask me why he said this, but he said, like, he's very average looking. And I was like, yeah, that's true. He just looks like a mannequin. He looks like an actual mannequin. Like, if you built a mannequin and made, like, a generic face, it's kind of what
And then you brought him to life, that's what you get.
Yeah.
Like that movie, Mannequin.
Although, I think the man became a mannequin in Mannequin 2. It was still about a woman, but they put the bracelet on him, so he became a mannequin.
Right.
Or something. I don't know. And then what's his name from Designing Women was in that?
Oh, God, because he's always in those movies.
Because he's always in those movies.
He's just really, really flamboyant in 80s gear.
Oh, man, I think he had like a headband on. It was
yes.
Really
he might have had a wig and like, because I remember it like just being out there. Like,
why are we
just
talking
blown
about
out? Okay. Okay.
Why are we talking about Mannequin and Mannequin 2? By the way, I remember Mannequin 2 more than I remember Mannequin. In the same way, I remember Short Circuit 2 more than I remember Short Circuit.
Yes.
But to be fair, Short Circuit 2 is a much superior movie to Short Circuit.
Yes.
Less Gutenberg.
Oh, yes.
More brown face.
It's like I'm 25. It's like, no. It's like, oh my God. For the longest, I was like, is that guy really Indian? It's like, oh, no, he's not.
No, it's Fisher Stevens.
Yeah.
He's a white guy.
He's a white guy.
He was on Early Edition.
Yeah.
The movie in the 90s, starring Kyle Chandler. Coach, as I like to
Yes.
call him. Coach. Clear Eyes, Full Hearts.
Can't lose.
Damn right. Anyway, so he goes, this Massimo.
Yeah.
Because we're getting into the weeds there. Because Massimo shows up. He's like, hey, baby, whatever. In his horrible accent.
horrible Italian accent.
Like, oh, we're gonna love each other, and then he goes away for like 10 minutes, and he comes back and he's like, we're engaged, even though that never happened.
Right.
And then he's like, okay, fine, we're not engaged anymore. But it's like, let's just be friends, everybody friendsies, or whatever he said.
He was a poorly plot device. It's a poor used plot device.
But so he allows himself to stay in her world by basically like saying, look, I'll be in your friend zone.
Right.
Dude, just friend zone me. It's cool. And they're friend zone for like, I don't know, a week.
Like it was like an hour. It was like an hour. Let's be real.
It was more than an hour. It was
45 minutes.
It was more than an hour in movie time.
Yeah.
In that there had been days.
Okay.
Because he had to wait until
So it was like 48 hours.
Okay. It was real quick, but I don't think it was that quick. Anyway, so the black dude has his birthday. They're gonna have his birthday party, and of course, this D-bag decides to roll out a dollhouse
that he made supposedly
himself
somehow. Yeah.
for her, though she is a 30-year-old woman.
These are for your dolls. Like,
I don't know if she's 30. She could be 28. Who knows? At that point,
realistically, yes, she's probably 30. Yeah.
She's a proper adult who does not play with dolls anymore. We would assume she instead meticulously cleans
Friday
her house.
nights she be playing with dolls.
She could.
She has no life.
She does not have a life. She's just eating leftovers.
Right.
and cutting herself
and playing with dolls
on like some
this is
craft
how it
works.
should be.
She's accidentally cutting herself some crafts works or something like that because she's like scrapbooking or something some very old woman would do. She has to explain why she's got cuts and band-aids on all the time. Because she's not in an abusive relationship, because she's not in a relationship at all.
Right.
Because we all know what that's like, right? Anyway.
Wow. Yeah.
We all know what it's like to be single. It's
yes,
fine.
we do.
Maybe it's called our high school years. Or now.
Jesus. Okay.
Anyway. So, he rolls out this thing, which he was apparently building. We never saw him build it. We didn't know he knew how to build it.
He just had this on the back burner. He was going to build it for his first girlfriend, and the third one didn't work out, so he saved it for her.
And he just taped the picture of her mother inside.
Exactly.
And then anyway, so he turns this thing around, and it's got an engagement ring in it, and then he's been friend-zoned for 4 days.
I just like her response to that.
She says, okay.
Yes, on a Scrabble board.
She's very into Scrabble.
But it was like, okay. It's like, oh, she goes, half-ass. And goes like, and turns it so everyone can read and goes, okay. Not yes, but okay, fine.
I think you're adding a lot into this. I think she was
just like, oh, fine.
I mean, she clearly just gave up on love.
Well, that's what I'm saying. She gave up a long time ago.
She didn't give up. She very much gave up on love in the past 2 days, or a week, or 4 days.
That's right, because I guess she, with Matthew McConaughey coming around, whatever his fucking name is. McConaughey. Coming around, she's like, oh, got rekindled.
Yeah.
It's like just this little ambers and then gasoline. That is the power of McConaughey.
It's the power of love.
Yeah. Texas style.
I was going with Huey Lewis.
Oh.
But fine. Because you don't need money.
Oh, really? Okay. Yes.
We don't have the rights to this, so I'm not going to actually sing it. Also, I'm not going to sing because I'm a proper adult. But the point is, she says yes. She says yes.
Right.
She's like, I don't want this guy. I have no attraction to this man. I have nothing. Her dad tells her a story about how, like, your mother thought I was an idiot.
Which is weird eyebrows. Oh, okay.
And then she loved me, but she was like missing a fingernail on her weird hand, so it's fine. Yeah. We're all broken people, and we all learn to love each other anyway. She learned to love my gut, my dumb head.
I don't believe she said that, or he said that, but okay.
He didn't say that, but I looked at him. It's really messed up because I kind of like that actor. Yeah. R.I.P. But basically, Dennis, he somehow did the thing that no one else can do in real life.
Right.
He basically did not quit. And by the way, the music that plays during these scenes is ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. But it basically is overly played out like we're supposed to care about this dude. We're supposed to care about all these problems. He sits there, lays down this whole thing over mac and cheese. Because he's an Italian.
But he doesn't know how to cook.
He's
pasta. Like, nah, I don't know how to cook. I don't want to cook.
He doesn't know that cheese is supposed to be liquid that long.
Yeah.
It's just gross.
It's gross.
And it's also not supposed to come in powder form. Whatever. But basically, he lets out on the law and this stuff. We get this all like powerful music supposed to like be look whatever, and then he wills himself out of the friend zone in like a week.
He's a magic man.
He's a magic man.
He's got those Italian powers.
Much like Tom Cruise. I mean, Tom Hanks. Different people. Much because I don't want to be Tom Cruise. Much like Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
I am jealous of this man because I've been in the friend zone.
Got magic powers.
One would say I'm often in the friend zone because I have high standards. Mm-hmm. He just willed himself out. Like, I'm a real nice guy. Even though he's kind of scummy.
He forces his way out of the friend zone, and it works.
To be
That's
fair,
the thing. That's his power.
But what he has is perfect timing.
Yeah.
Like, she's getting older. Everyone's like, well, you're still single. And then you found this very lovely looking woman. I'm not going to hate on the visuals at all. A very lovely looking woman. Right. Go, I give up. She just taps out. Taps out and just like he's just rocking some like really horrible Ed Hardy-esque t-shirt that just says tap out across the chest, and she just gives up. And he just takes her up.
That's a picture, sir.
Just takes her up and just like, I'm going to marry her. I win. I mean, yeah, there's a possibility in like 3 years she's going to absolutely hate him, possibly plotting his demise while they're sleeping. Or she just wants to get out and just bounce like nobody's business and just go find someone she loves and maybe look up that guy, that doctor who saved her, whose marriage fell apart after a month, that guy. And then to find out that he's actually with somebody else, a nice Hispanic lady, probably Puerto Rican, maybe because he's into that. Maybe just the look. Maybe not like maybe because Italians and Puerto Ricans look very similar, and they have like 6 kids
in that universe,
because they were very productive,
right?
And then she gets real sad, and then they're in San Francisco. There's a big bridge out there.
Oh man! So she just jumps. She drives, parks her vehicle, and just jumps.
Did you know there's a documentary called The Bridge about people jumping off of that bridge and killing themselves?
I believe so. I did. I've heard about that.
Yeah, it's real depressing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that would be her fate.
Oh, man.
All because he just wanted to win.
Imagine that movie. Imagine if it ended like that.
That would be hilarious, because it'd be like... that'd be like some Marley and Me type... Bizzo.
Yeah.
So you sit there like, this is a fun movie about a guy and his dog. And it's like,
wait.
No.
Yeah. At the end, it just falls apart.
This is gonna be a travesty. I hope you're not a dog person.
And it just ends and like they roll credits without any music after she jumps. It's just like, oh.
That would be great. You just hear the sound of water. I mean, a splash.
And they roll credits.
And then you just
Everyone's in the movie like, is it done? Like they're looking around like, oh my god.
Is there an end credit sequence where she swims away?
No. No. The end credits is like the boat. The Coast Guard comes and just picks her body up.
But I'm saying this movie is either, because this man just wills himself out of the friend zone. This thing is either total BS or an actual sci-fi movie. I believe in science fiction.
Okay, so okay. Right.
I mean, come on. They had you watch Star Trek: Next Generation. They had iPads. They run around iPads. Now we have iPads.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. It was. I just think. Look, in the year when did Star Trek take place?
I don't know.
It was 100 years in the future. It's like 21. I don't know, because they always use weird star dates, and I don't know what that means.
Star dates.
So it's like 200 years from now, and in like
24.
200 years from now, a man can will himself out of the friend zone by being nice, a little bit rapey, kind of creepy, or just like having making a girl dinner, which consists of instant macaroni and cheese.
Well, everything's gonna be instant in the future. Everything,
Oh yeah, because they have those replicators.
Yeah.
That just make things out of atoms in the air or whatever they make. There's no resources in that thing.
Yeah.
You just push a button, something shows up.
Steak. Oh, is this actual steak? Oh, it's just something.
No, we got rid of all the cows because of all the methane that they were making. Oh, so we didn't stop pumping methane into the air on our own? No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's wrap this thing up. Let's blast through this little bit.
All right.
So, so now we're getting to the wedding days, right?
Mm-hmm.
And again, Steve's a real d-bag.
Yeah.
Totally ruins his own wedding.
Right.
Because right before the wedding, he goes up to his soon-to-be wife and is like, "Why are you going to marry me? Do you even love me? Do you even love me?"
Well, she stated before that his wife even had doubts too.
Well, yes.
And talking to Jennifer Lopez.
She came back, but her doubts were petty.
I don't like how he does this. I don't like how he sings in the shower. I don't like this. Is like, wait, what?
You've known about this for years.
Really?
This is not a new relationship.
Yeah.
By the way, I like how she's like a gambling ring operator. That's what she did in college, and that's how they met. That's real weird. This small blonde woman is just like a pit boss somewhere, just running the table on everybody. Anyway, so yeah, he's a total dick. Because he does it at the wedding. You paid for everything now. You can't unpay for a wedding.
Yeah, most likely her parents paid for it. So he's like,
yeah, so even worse.
Yeah.
They got that crazy new money.
Yeah.
But, people who don't have money, smart people who don't have money, go, yeah, that was really expensive.
We don't need that money back.
We're not going to do that again. You owe us, daughter. We're gonna garnish your wages for the payment of that wedding. But he's like, yeah, because they sit there, again, at the wedding, everybody's ready. They got everybody there, which means that they've already paid for the reception, because you have to. That's a whole all-in-one thing. They paid for all the meals. I am assuming awesome artisanal cupcakes. Maybe that's just my thing. By the way, I think if I had a wedding, I would probably do a whole bunch of cupcakes, because variety, right?
Yeah.
You could do
Would you do a cupcake cake?
You mean like
a
those
tower?
tearaways? No, I think I do a platformed thing with different things, and maybe a quadrant of 4 different kinds of cupcakes.
Right.
But like they're platformed up so you can have a bunch for everybody.
Yeah.
I'm really thinking about this like I'm really getting married. I literally just thought about this right now. But, here's the chocolate ones. Here's, maybe, the chocolate and peanut butter ones. Here's, some vanilla swirl thing. Mm-hmm. Why I'm doing a chocolate vanilla swirl? Because I think it's funny, especially since there's a possibility that my wife would be a different race than me. Yeah. I said a different race. It could be, Hispanic or Chinese or something. Give me anything.
Yeah.
Even black, but, a different color. We could just do a caramel and chocolate or something. I don't know.
Caramel.
Caramel. Shut up. But anyway, I just leave the possibility. Anyway, so they 4 different things. Maybe something. I like a cupcake with a filling. I had
a caramel, salted caramel.
Well, not just that, but there was this one that I had when I was at my brother's. Because somebody had them for I don't know. They were, you know what they were doing? Because they were doing cupcakes for their wedding, and they were trying, not my brother, but one of their friends' weddings, and they gave a surplus extras because they were trying to cook them up to see what they liked. So they had these ones, but they were basically, it was a chocolate cupcake, but in it was a Reese's cup. It was kind of awesome.
That does sound really good.
Yeah, so much so I feel like I should make these one day, and then I won't because I'd have to actually make them.
Yeah.
Anyway. Now we're talking about my wedding plans that will not happen because that's literally impossible because you can't marry yourself, apparently. Well, legally, you can't. But you can throw a reception if you want to pay for that, if you want to do that. It's basically just having a party.
It's my wedding.
It's just a party where you get...
I'm married myself.
It's a fancy party. You just dress up and look real sad. And drink a lot. You're like, oh, my single days are behind me. Or they're just starting.
That's some weird stuff. Your family's like, what the fuck's going on?
What is he doing? I don't know.
Did he lose his mind?
Whatever stops him from hurting himself.
Jesus.
Anyway, so then yes, the wedding day happens, right? And then he bounces. He's like, yeah, and she starts crying, like, yeah, I don't really want to marry you. And they're like, fine. They're like, they have their most amicable of splits, which is again another thing that happens in these movies. We're like, you know what? Yeah, I'm kind of okay with this.
There's no one that just says fuck you and just destroys one another.
Yeah, they're just like, you know what? I'm just gonna bounce out. And she takes a cab off to the honeymoon, and he's like, well, I guess I gotta find Mary, if that's her name. Totally forgot. I think it's Mary.
I thought it's Nancy.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Jennifer Lopez.
J-Lo.
And then the assistant's like, oh yeah, she's at the courthouse gonna get married to Massimo. He's like, what? And then he does that trope that they have in like all these things. He does the last run. Yeah. Like he's like, oh, I could go to the airport or whatever, but now he's just running.
He jumps in a cab, and guess what cab driver it is? The same fucking cab that nearly killed her the first time around.
Which, by the way, so basically says this whole thing happened in a matter of, I feel like days, but possibly like 2 weeks. Yeah. Because he still has a brace on.
From what?
I guess from when he hit the garbage can in the beginning of the movie. That's the only thing we could have seen him sustain an injury.
Exactly.
Maybe he was doing something else. Maybe he was eating ice cream somewhere else.
He dropped a candy bar and he went to go down and he hit something full head on.
Yeah. Maybe he dropped a meal on the ground and he reached under and then...
I gotta get this, oh my god.
But the car's fine, so maybe he didn't do anything real dumb.
Oh man.
This is funny for so many reasons that nobody listening to this will understand.
No.
Okay, so then we go to J-Lo's wedding. Mm-hmm. Marrying Massimo, and they're
at the courthouse.
At the courthouse, and like even the judge presiding over this clearly couldn't care less. No. And then like the father's there, the black dude friend, the old lady friend, and then Massimo and her. And and it's all just letting happen. And the guy's like, if anybody has an objection...
Anyone?
Huh? And
he's looking around.
Long pause.
And then everyone's like looking at each other like, we should really just jump in right now.
Well, not everyone. Yeah. It's pretty much just the woman who's like,
the old lady.
God.
She's like, no.
She's about to drop dead if she can't say anything. and then the father butts in. He's like, I can't do it. You don't love him. Bah, 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 bah. I'm angry in Italian, Sicilian. It's crazy.
You should have true love even though I didn't.
Right? Like, why did you tell the story, though? Why did you break the illusion of that happy time when she believed her parents met under awesome circumstances and fell in love because they truly loved each other and not because they were stitched together by some legal proceeding? Right. No. You just, the entire movie was about just accept love, anything with a pulse, lower your standards so you can find love, which is a thing that I like to say to women, but I don't ever want to do, because they would have to lower themselves to me, because I like to bat out of my league. Because, Dennis, if you're going to hit one out of the park, even
you
for
might as well, yeah.
Even for, like, you know, in the park double, you got to aim for the moon.
Swing.
And then when you miss, and it's like, oh well, I guess that one went in the dirt. And then you feel bad. You don't feel bad about your sadness, because at least you're going after like the person you actually enjoy their company, and not somebody like, you know what, I kind of hate you, but you're here, and I can learn to like you. I can learn to put up with all your dumb things you do.
That sounds horrific.
Like you know, punching children. Whatever.
Wow.
Some people are horrible. Deal with it. Anyway, so they break up this marriage that wasn't going to happen, and they finally just go like, you know what? Nah, we can't let this happen. And then they get all outside, and she goes off. Like, she leaves. She's just going like... She, by the way, gets out of her wedding and just go like, you know what?
She bounces to the park.
I'm going to have a real sad night where I go and sit on a tree and watch a dumb movie again.
And eat M&Ms.
In a park.
Yes.
Where there's clearly it's AstroTurf. It's just AstroTurf. I'm just saying, it's AstroTurf.
Yes, it probably was a soundstage, yes.
It's just it's just a soundstage with AstroTurf. It's all it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they sit there, and like, okay. So first off, he comes in all late. He's like, oh my god, where are they? And they had that weird exchange where like, oh, he's the doctor? You're the doctor?
Oh my god,
do you know
you're
the doctor?
dude?
Where's
You're
Anne?
the dude? Yeah.
Or whatever her name was. What's the woman? Whatever.
Yeah.
Fran. It's Fran. Right, because you have like, oh, this kind of cute blonde woman who has like an old woman's name. Fran. But I guess all the old women were once cute.
Yeah.
Named Fran.
Yeah, they all had old women's last names.
First names. So then they did the whole thing. And it gets real weird, because then, like, okay. He's got a scooter, because he's Italian.
Oh, yeah.
Although, I feel like there's a difference between Sicily and the rest of Italy.
Yeah, that was definitely, I think, a mainland Italian thing. But that was in the 50s. That was during the fascism.
Well, I don't know. I think they still have...
Yeah, I guess... Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Because...
it's small European
Italy is
streets.
small and very old, so they have really narrow streets. They have small cars and, like, scooters and stuff like that. Mainly and bikes. Because it's you just can't have like a Range Rover in Italy in a major city or anything like that.
Just driving over the cars.
You gotta hit. No, you just hit like an alleyway and it's narrow, and then you just both sides, just hitting both sides of the wall, and you're like, oh, I didn't notice. It's like, yeah, you're dumb. Why'd you bring this Hummer?
Or you scrape through. It's like, oh my god. Take a rip off the doors.
Like you have like no rear view mirrors. You have the doors, all the glass is blown out. It's real sad looking. And then you have camber now, but you didn't mean to, because your wheels are just messed up. You're gonna need you need that alignment, that real hardcore alignment. Because you've ruined your car. You've ruined your car. Go get a Fiat.
I should have got a Vespa.
But yeah. So anyway, so then she sits there like picking out, just taking all the brown M&Ms and picking and throwing, because the thing that annoys me about the M&Ms, I shouldn't get to, is that they don't put them back in the bag and then give them to a small child or something like that who loves candy. They just throw them on the ground.
You eat the poison.
They're not poisonous. Their whole reasoning is dumb. Yeah. They're all poisonous then.
Yeah.
They just keep throwing them on the ground.
Yeah, for the rodents and everything else.
Yeah, who may or may may not eat them.
Yeah. Right.
But they're just, at this point, littering.
Yeah.
They're just throwing
them. And the fact that she's just throwing them, and just throwing aimlessly, so it's going to hit someone, because it eventually hits Matthew McConaughey as he walks up from behind. As he finds her,
because they're like, oh, you got to go find her, because the dad apparently loves him. The approval of like the people who are supposed to get married is really quick. Like, he doesn't know anything about this man.
Right.
He didn't even know he existed. All he knew was like, oh, it's Massimo.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, this guy, you're the doctor, who I apparently didn't know about, but now do. I assume because, like, other people told him.
Right.
In some story we didn't see. And then, he's like, oh yeah, I love that guy. Go get my daughter. Totally try to bang my daughter. Mm-hmm. Here's where she is. At a tree where you guys met. How did she get the seat? I don't know. I guess she showed up really early, because black dude is not running interference for her. He's clearly at the wedding that
she's not attending, yeah.
How long did it take him to get there? I don't know, because it was daylight when he left, and by the time he got there in San Francisco, it's dark and they're running the movie.
Yeah.
And I know how sundown works. It takes a long time.
Yeah.
Despite what, like, The Dark Knight Returns would have you believe. Which means it's like, oh, okay, like 3 o'clock, and then 10 minutes later, it's completely dark. Because we went through a tunnel.
Yeah.
Like, all I'm saying is, it's like, it just gets, like, they're just totally fine with it. It's just, you're like, oh, and they just go like, oh, yeah, we, like, have their passionate kiss, and that's how it ends. Like, these people don't have a relationship.
No.
They just...
There's puppy love. It's just straight puppy love. It's like, oh, we're attracted to each other.
I mean,
this is hot.
to be fair, this is one of the problems with romantic comedies is they just end at the puppy love stage. And I go like, is that very romantic comedy-ish? Like, what about the people who are... Can't you make a romantic comedy about people who actually have, like, are married? I feel like you can. I feel like you can.
I was going to say, isn't the breakup basically a romantic comedy about people in relationships? And then
Yeah, no, it's about people breaking up in a relationship.
Right, yeah, right.
It's on the list.
Yeah.
I hate that movie.
Yeah, I don't really like that movie either.
I haven't watched it in a long time, and to be fair, when I did watch it, I wasn't exactly in the best emotional condition to be watching a movie about people breaking up.
Yeah.
But I will sit through that movie and hate on it. Also, I'm not a huge Vince Vaughn fan.
No.
Because, you know what my thought was when I watched that movie? My thought was, just to prove that I was in a very not great place, I felt like it needed to be meaner. I feel like they could, like, if you really want, because I was like, logically, if you want one of them to get out of there, go for the jugular. You stop soft pedaling your meanness toward each other.
Right.
Like, dude, Jennifer Aniston, he's been banging you for years. Walking around naked is not going to get him to leave. It's going to make him go to the bathroom for 10 minutes. And then come back refreshed. Anyway. I will make... Okay, look. I ragged on Massimo.
Right.
For like 5 to 10 minutes.
Right.
Because he's a horrible human being. Because everybody in this movie is terrible.
Yeah, he's not really a character. He's a
except for Judy Greer, who's basically a cardboard cutout of a person.
Another plot device.
Who's just a plot device.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who are just plot devices.
But now let me sing Massimo's praises. Because he's a better man than I.
Right.
Because she's immediately like, well, he after, they don't get married.
Right.
He's not bitter about it. He's like, even though, like, during this macaroni...
Yeah, he drove Steve to the fucking park.
But after this macaroni lunch where he cooks her a meal, he's like, I love you, I always love you, and that's how love is, and blah, blah, this whole speech about love. And the end of it, he's like, you know what? I'm going to get on my Vespa. I'm going to take this man, and I'm going to take him to his true love. His true and only and one and singular love. He's foreign, so English isn't great. Even though he's from Springfield, Ohio. So you can argue that this accent is racist. He drives him through a bike race. They're like, yay, gay pride, because they just have a just married sign on the back, and there's 2 dudes on a Vespa. Drives him all the way there.
The cop doesn't even stop them.
The cop just lets him through because he's a very progressive cop. He doesn't want to be seen as anti-gay. So he just like waves him on through into, by the way, perpendicular to a bike race.
Yeah.
Just like, it's
that could have ended really bad.
Yeah, you just take out someone's front tire that goes flipping over.
Oh my God.
And then, I mean, look, sometimes you go flipping off a thing like that, it can all go bad. Like Superman. Like Christopher Reeves. He went off a horse and went really bad. By the way, there are horses in this movie.
We didn't bring that up.
There's a runaway horse scene in this movie.
Yeah, that's very sexually suggestive.
Well, when she gets saved, because she's riding like they're face to face, like the way monkeys do it, chimpanzees do it. Well, apes. Yeah, because apparently people can do that with it too. Not on a horse. That's weird.
Yeah, fucking on a horse is insane.
Do it on a motorcycle, like Kim and Kanye.
Yeah.
Or
I don't give a shit about that.
Or James Franco and Seth Rogen.
Oh.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Did the parody of the Kimye video?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Those guys went at it. That was very uncomfortable. To be fair, the Kimye one is also uncomfortable. Like, they're both very uncomfortable. But hey, if like Emma Stone wants to go and do that with me, I'm fine with it. I don't need cameras though.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
You just tell people what happened.
I don't even need to talk about it. I'm not a guy who needs to kiss and tell. I don't need to tell people about it. It's weird. Why would you go and do that? Let me tell you about this thing I did over the weekend. I had my tongue down Emma Stone's throat. It was real cool.
You're like, okay, that
sounds really weird, right? Why would you say that?
Yeah.
It's really uncomfortable. I'm not a guy who goes to walk into a room and tries to make people uncomfortable. Let's get out of here. All right. That was that movie. That movie was... How did you feel about that movie, Dennis? I know you hated it.
Yeah, it was boring to me. I just watched it.
I watched it. I watched it and I thought...
You watched it 3 times, so yeah.
Well, one of them was like 10 years ago.
Oh. Okay.
It's not like I watched it 3 times. I watched it twice today.
Right.
But it's not like I watched it 3 times. It was like 3 times over the course of like...
15 years?
15 years.
Yeah.
So that's not... It's not too bad.
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
Right.
But it's fine. But I didn't like. I watched the entire. Okay, so I watched all 3 of these movies.
Right.
That we've watched. This is the one I like the least. And I sat there after watching it and going, Dennis is going to hate this movie. He's like, because I don't actively like this movie. He is going to hate this movie.
Yeah. Not a fan.
But to be fair, it is completely mockable.
It is.
It's massimoyable.
Oh my god.
It's real dumb.
Don't know why they chose that name.
I don't know either.
Don't know why they chose a lot of people's characters.
I don't know why they didn't just make her Puerto Rican.
Yeah. It's
Did you know that Puerto Ricans exist in America?
Yeah.
I don't know if they exist in San Francisco. To be fair, I didn't know Italians existed in San Francisco either. I know the Full House crew existed in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And can't actually pay for that house that they own.
Yeah, no, I seen that whole thing.
But hey, whatever. Hey guys, if you want to talk to us via typing on a computer and then hitting send button, do so at that email address that I keep forgetting, unopotatovids@gmail.com. unopotatovids@gmail.com. Why is it unopotatovids@gmail.com? Because I got another thing that I made. It's got videos on it. It's on YouTube.
Look it up.
It's called Unopotato. It's got some adequate work on there. And I do things. Dennis, you got anything else to say?
No, I'm good. We're good.
Yeah,
Say goodbye.
I need a nap.
Yeah. Peace.